In this scenario, we'll give a graduate student a standard aid package of 4 quarters fellowship stipend and tuition with 50% health insurance paid by his department. Begin at the View and Enter Graduate Student Aid and search for your student. Select the student to load the aid entry page. You can see from the All Aid summary that no aid has yet been entered for this student for the 2018 aid year. The student will receive a Stanford Graduate Fellowship for $42,000 to cover standard charges on his student account for the full year, and for which item types have already been created. We'll begin entry on the Fellowship Stipend tab, which you can see is highlighted, and on which GFS provides a sort of skeleton aid line. It contains an aid sequence number, beginning with STP, which signifies that this is a stipend line and aid type. We said this is a Stanford Graduate Fellowship, so let's enter the abbreviation SGF into the identifier. You want to use a meaningful identifier, something that will be recognizable to yourself, to the approvers, and to the student. Then enter the total amount of the stipend. We said it's $42,000 for the year, and then select the disbursement plan, which will be for 4 quarters in this case. We're going to skip over the pay org for now, because GFS is going to derive that for us using the financial detail information when we enter it. We'll talk about info only later as well. When we selected the disbursement plan, GFS divided the total amount by the number of quarters and created term detail rows for each quarter with the appropriate amount. So our next task is to find the item type. Because I know my PTA, I am going to go ahead and search on the award, the project, and the task. And I know that I want to pay standard charges for this student, so I will select that from the charge priority list and select search. When multiple item types are returned from the search, it is wise to review the PTA, expenditure type, charge priority, and especially the description for each row. Select the correct item type. GFS carries it back to the page. You should take another look to make sure that you got the information you expected. Assuming that we're going to pay this from the same PTA for all 4 quarters, you can go to the Actions menu here and select Copy to All Terms. This little shortcut will save you some entry time and copy the information to all 4 quarters. The Notes field is optional, but keep in mind that it is a good place to document any additional information for an aid line. The information that you enter here will be visible to both the home department and the financial approvers, and it will stay with the aid line unless and until it is subsequently edited and the text removed. Notice that GFS did select the pay org for us. It did this on the basis of the task org from the PTA, which rolls up to, in this case, the School of Humanities and Sciences. If available, the fund source information would also be brought back by GFS based on information regarding the award. For now, let's save this line by clicking the Action button, which is available at either the top or the bottom of the page. GFS gives you a message. You should acknowledge that by clicking OK, and GFS gives you yet another message to tell you that your save was successful. GFS has also saved this in draft status. Keep in mind that it is easy to edit and change information when a line is in draft. Let's go on to the next entry. The department committed to paying for 1/2 of the student's Cardinal health insurance for the year. That aid will also be entered in the fellowship stipend tab, so let's do that now. In this case, we need to add a new line, so click the Action button accordingly. And now you see the aid sequence number STP002. This line has already been expanded for us to enter additional information. Again, you want to use a meaningful identifier. We'll put in Department Health. The total amount for this will be $3,312 for the 2018 aid year. And again, we'll select 4 quarters for the disbursement plan. I'm again going to use award AABRS. This time I'm going to select the health only charge priority, and we can put in pay org PAAA for the School of Humanities and Sciences. This is just another way that you can search for item types. Again, it's important to read the descriptions and make sure that you select the intended item type. And again, you can copy the information to all terms, assuming that both the amount and the item type will be consistent for all 4 quarters. Add notes if you like. Before we save this line, we're going to take a look a little further down. At the Workflow Transactions section, GFS has pre-assigned the home department and the financial approvers. There's an action button to the right of the financial approver, which will allow you to select an additional financial approver who has authority for the given PTA. This can be helpful if, for example, the default approver is out of the office and you want to assign the transaction to an alternate who can approve in their absence. Save the line as draft,